Hello. And today I would like to talk to you about a book that I read, actually Audible, because I'm still working on my reading and growing in that. But anyway, no, no, no. What does that do to you when you hear that word? I have some takeaways from a book that I'm not quite done reading. I have about an hour to go on it. And I'm sorry, I'm having some difficulty with my eyes from yesterday. I have to do these drops and trying to get my routine down with that. But so you'll see me squinting and looking, and because I got my other screen over here to kind of help out. But I had to actually pick up my phone with my headline on it because I couldn't really see it even with these on. So I am sorry, and I apologize early on. So when you hear no, I said no, no. What response does that get from you inside? Am I by myself when I say it makes me feel uncomfortable? It causes a response in me that is something that happens automatically, and I don't like it. I don't feel good about it. It's just something that really bothers me. And I go out of my way to avoid no. Is there anyone out there like me? Anyone have that type of response to that word? And maybe it did start, way back, when I was a sponge as a child, when they say you absorb a lot of things and in your mind into your subconscious that becomes self-limiting beliefs about certain things, and you're not aware of them because they're in your subconscious. And your subconscious, I'm having trouble saying that word. Your subconscious actually rules the roost when it comes to, having you do this or that, and of course, you probably heard this before. Our brain protects us. So it has certain things that it will, try to keep us away from or close us off from anything that makes us feel uncomfortable. Well, this word makes me feel uncomfortable because I have gone, like I said before, out of my way to avoid it. Feel free to drop any comment, question, or your opinion in the chat about what you think about this. Be interactive with me. And, I know that people are busy. So if you can, that's great. If you can't do it till later, that's fine, as well as those that might catch this on a replay. But I just want to tell you what I did to try to help myself with this word no. I had heard of this book and just avoided it. And I don't know the initial name or if this is just another part of a series of books that they decided to write. Because this one, the only thing I heard was a book called Going for the No. And then later, when I decided after a friend said it would probably be a good book for you to read, and I was like, well, and she kind of, she's my accountability partner, and she kind of was like, it will probably just help you to understand some things about that word and about, some other stuff along with that. So I bought the book and Audible rather, and then I started listening to it. I put it down so many times I could not listen to it. All I could get through, I don't even think I might have made it through the authors' names, and that's about but I just could not, and I'll give you the authors' names. The name of the book, and let me go back to my let me get to my phone. I'm just going back to where I just had to go in and take a picture of it because I have issues. But anyway, it's called Go for No for Network Marketing. And I'm not supposed to really say that word because it's a negative connotation. So I'm supposed to say business builder. So sorry about that, but now you know for sure what I'm talking about. And so the people that actually wrote the book are Richard Fenton, Andrea Waltz, and they also had Ray Higdon put his 2 cents in, or what, however you want to call that. So for me, trying to start the book, I didn't know the other two, but I know about Ray Higdon, and I like him. I think he's a force to be reckoned with. I think that he has people's best interests at heart. I think he's a good guy. So for me, I was trying really hard. I finally got in, finally opened the book. This story is dragging out. I'm sorry. But I finally started listening. And I actually think I started listening when I lost my electricity and my phone was wonky. So I just went into my bedroom and turned it on and just kind of listened to it. And I got up to, I think it's a 3-hour book or something, 3-hour and something book on Audible. And I got up to, I think I have 1 hour left to listen to. But as I was listening and really having to force myself to do it, because I don't like that word, no. Like I said, it's something that I avoid. But as I kept listening, I began to soften a little bit and start to really take away some things that I thought would be helpful for me and others. And so now I have some notes over here. So you're going to see me looking off to the side, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm still having difficulty seeing as well as I would like to ever since my exam yesterday and diagnosis and what have you. So what I put down here was one of the things that the person said, one of the authors said was, it's like yin and yang. He said something to the effect that it was like a coin, heads or tails, no or yes. And the more no's that you get, you eventually end up getting more yeses. And I was going, oh, okay. So I just kept listening, and I'm looking for my next one. Then as he started talking about self-limiting beliefs, where the no negativity started, because no is not really negative, is what he was saying. And I am going to listen to the book again. Once I finish it, I'm going to listen to it again while it's fresh in my mind, because I don't think that this word should have any power over me. And I have given it power over me because I try to run from it. I try to avoid it at all costs. I don't want to hear the word no. I don't want to see the word no. And it's something that I have to change. It's one of those things in me that I feel that I have to change. It's important to me to be the best that I can be. And I can't do that if I can't get past one 2-letter word, no. And all of the examples in the book that I've gotten through so far have been where people were told no, they couldn't do that, or no, that was impossible, or, any number of things in that, like that. And each one of these people are top leaders in their area, in their niche as a business builder. They're doing well. And if they had listened and said, no, you're right, it doesn't really, it's not really something I should be doing. No, even though I feel like this is where I should be, no, I think, no, you're right, but they didn't do that. They didn't listen. They followed their own mind, their own path, and they didn't let the word no stop them. And they are successful by what most standards would be, as far as, they're living the life that they want to live. They are not hurting for, being able to afford this and that and take care of their families and go on trips and, do all those things that that you can afford to do when you are at the top. You're at the top of the heap, or even when you're going to the top of the heap and you can see yourself steadily growing and going up there. So these people did not let that word stop them. And I have to stop letting that word stop me. And hopefully, if you are like me, that you're listening and that maybe you're picking up some of what I'm putting down. The other thing, let's see, it says, I'm looking at my notes over here, and it says no is not something to be afraid of. Um, it's got such a negative attached to it that it causes people distress and no one wants to hear it. But by someone saying no to me, especially with my newfound takeaways, my newfound knowledge, I don't feel so bothersome about it. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to happen overnight, but I am allowing my mind to change. I am allowing my thoughts about this word to change. And I could stay stuck, or I can change and grow, learn, and move on, and allow that word to bring me positives. I really could. I really can. I believe I can do this. And so when I look at my note over here that says negative connotation, I have to remember to remind myself it's just a word. And, getting deeper into, that's why I want to re-listen to the book again. But just suffice it to say that no is not the be all and the end all. Just because someone says no to you, you can go to the next person. You can go to the next thing. You can go to a different project, or you can stick with whatever it was that you were doing that someone said you can't possibly make that work, and you can make it work. And one of the examples was about Thomas Edison and the light bulb, and how he actually, I can't remember exactly, I know it was over 1,000 times, and that he had tried, and what people would call fail. And he said no, he just, I can't remember the exact words, so I shouldn't even probably have said it. But anyway, he tried over 1,000 times, and over that one time, I think over 1,000 is when he actually got it to do what he wanted it to do. And all the other ones he looked at as trials. They were just a part of his getting to what he wanted, which was a light bulb. And there are so many people that if you look back and allow yourself to think back and to even do research, don't let this word keep you captive. I'm not. I am going to finish listening to this And I am going to then listen to it again, and then I'm going to put it down, go to a different book, but I'm going to come back to it because I know that because of stuff that I heard maybe when I was a kid and as I was growing up and walking through my life, that that word has been so negative for me, and it's not something that I want it to be anymore. I want to see it as just a word, not a word that rules me, not a word that has any control over me or any power over me. It's just a word. And it doesn't mean that this is one of the other things that I took away. It doesn't mean that that person doesn't like you or doesn't or has any disdain or upset or whatever for you. It's just that they choose to say no. And no might be no, not right now. No, not yet. So I'm learning and I'm growing from this. And I hope that what I've shared with you has given you something to consider, something to think about when it comes to that word no. And I put a little force on it when I first started out with this conversation today, because that's how, no matter how it's said, that's how I hear it. No, you know, and I'm changing that because I'm going to learn more about it and I'm going to keep moving. I'm not going to let that one little two-letter word stop me from what I want to do. And I've had a lot of no's. You can't do that. No, what are you doing? No, are you nuts? You're business building. Why don't you try getting another job? Can't get one. So, yada, 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 back and forth. But no is not going to cripple me. It is not going to keep me from moving forward. It doesn't matter what. So I will let you know my progress. I will finish up this book. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish it up this weekend. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of stuff to do in my business. So I am going to try to finish it up. That it's only an hour. I just have to keep telling myself it's only an hour. And then give myself a little break, see when I want to get started on it again, and then start listening again, and maybe take it in smaller steps, because I did, because of my situation with no internet, no TV, no, my phone was wonky. I was glad that at least I could get the Audible to work. So that is basically all I have for today, and I'll keep going on and on. You guys that know me already know that. Oh, and what did I forget to do? Because I was so into no, I forgot to introduce myself. So let me do that now, and then we'll go from there. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help entrepreneurs and business builders to be able to come online and use the power of social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business and help that business to grow. And I do that in various ways, like teaching attraction marketing, lead generation, video marketing, and giving strategies and tips, modern and updated strategies and tips. So I do that, and that is how I help people that are like me to be able to come up a little higher and then keep on going. So sorry that I waited until the end to say that. So basically that is all, though I don't see any comments or anything in the chat right now. So I'm going to do some housekeeping things. Remember to keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. I go live Monday through Friday, usually at noon. Sorry, I was a little late today. Just couldn't get things going. I was just like, come on. Anyway, all right. And then we're still walking through the stuff we're walking through. So remember, if you can, do the best that you can to follow the CDC guidelines to keep you, your family, your friends, and others safe. Remember, there are people out there that are isolated, that maybe just a phone call, a text message, email, or even trying to invite them on a Zoom might really brighten their day. And we all need a little brightening, a little something to help us to get through and get over the hump. And then for those of you who pray like me, please continue to lift us and our world in prayer as we continue to walk through the stuff we're walking through. That's the way it is, but that's not going to defeat us. We will make it through to the other side and be the stronger for it. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless you. God keep you. And I will see you again tomorrow on another live with another topic. So talk soon. Bye now.